Hello! In today's video I'm doing a video on my thoughts on ARMS. The reason why I haven't done a whole massive proper intro of hello and welcome to another Doctor System 1 video is because this is the 4th time I've recorded this fucking video. Bloody hell, I hope I don't get interrupted or I'm not doing this time around, or I'm literally gonna just not even upload and or do this video. But yeah, so even if this video only gets 1 view, you should just be grateful. I'm having a mental breakdown. But no, ARMS is the video thing that we're on about. Video game we're on about. ARMS being the new Nintendo fighter from Nintendo, of course. And that's first party game by Nintendo for Nintendo. No, and it's gonna be released in this, at least in the UK, on the 16th. Pardon me, 16th of June, and yeah, I'm on the fence about this game. Pretty much, that's how best to describe me. I'm on the fence about it. I'm 50-50. I can see some of the good, I can see some of the bad. I think I have to at least say that I commend and or respect and respect Nintendo for, you know, being bold and taking a risk that is ARMS, because a new IPs genuinely don't ever really sell that well in comparison to obviously churning out, say, FIFA or Call of Duty year after year. Because as a consumer, I know what I'm getting with those products. Even if what I'm getting is not what I want, I have an idea of where it can go, and I already have an idea of what it is, so it's not much of a massive leap of an investment, whereas this, ARMS is that. ARMS is a big investment for me and any other person who is considering buying it, and that. And yeah, it's interesting because I'm on the fence. I know someone else on my games development course who's absolutely enamoured with ARMS and loves it and wants to buy it day one and, well, pre-order it, and if not, be able to pre-order it by day one. I know someone else on a Media Level 3 course who is the opposite, absolutely thinks that the game is garbage and detests it and thinks that it's too sort of gimmicky and kiddish and just a bit too sort of out there concept and that, which is kind of odd considering that same person also likes Splatoon. But and for me, because it's coming out June and Splatoon 2 comes out in July the next month, back end of the next month, I think I'd rather save up to buy Splatoon 2 brand new than have to pass on buying Splatoon 2 because I bought ARMS brand new, or pass on it at least buying Splatoon 2 brand new because of me purchasing ARMS. I think it looks interesting and I do like the look of it, even if there isn't that much depth to it. I think there's more content now as we've got closer to the release date, or we're getting closer as time is progressing. But I think where Splatoon felt for me like there was like lots of, there was the initial idea here, then there was, first thing we'd ever heard of it at E3, then the first trailer, then the release date, there was this progression. With ARMS, it feels like, okay, we got the one trailer, and now we're already getting this, a release date, now we're getting all this content a little bit further ahead, but it all just feels like there's no breathing space. 1 minute we had a trailer for ARMS, next minute we've got this sort of like, oh, you can test out ARMS and see what you think of it, and here are these new characters, even more new characters. So I think there's a total, apparently in the ARMS Direct that I watched yesterday, there's 10 new characters, and only 4 of those for me look interesting. Spring Boy, or Spring Man even, I think, yeah, Spring Man, the robot cop and dog look interesting, and then Helix, because he's all like really flubbery and just bendy, and and elasticy and just looks ridiculously, stupidly spazzy, and really stupidly hilarious, like a bit of a troll character really, and that bit of a goof. And then lastly, Ribbon Girl. I really like the look of Ribbon Girl. I like the double jump she has as well. And I'd say these characters are characters with depth or with personality, but to be fair, I don't like to... I wouldn't like to say they have personality by just saying, oh, well, they have personality because they have a characteristic. There's one character who I can't remember the name of, but who got introduced and announced in the new ARMS trailery direct thing, right, in the direct, right, and literally it's like, oh, she's a former, movie star. Oh, look, one of her abilities is to wow her opponents and stun them with that, being a movie star, and it's like, really? Is that her character? Her defining trait is that she used to be a movie star, that's it, and that's all, and then with the robot police guy, at least one, he's policeman type guy, but he's a cop, but he's also robotic, and he also has a dog, which, I'll be honest, is a bit odd, because even the narrator person is like, are you allowed team-ups? Team-ups are a thing now in ARMS? Why am I asking so many questions that I can't answer? And it's like, okay, I appreciate Nintendo are trying to be down with the kids, and kind of be, overly sort of, be down with the kids, but that kind of really annoyed me, because it's like, if you're asking these questions and you can't answer them, then that's just aggravating me as a viewer, and that, because what happens if I do have that as a question, which I kind of did after he pointed it out. Hey, look, viewer of this video, here's this thing I'm gonna ask as a question. Oh wait, we don't know the answer to that, and it's like, wait, what? Why are team-ups a thing and in ARMS? Is that normal? Because every other character doesn't seem to have a secondary companion, and surely if you have the police cop guy and the robot dog, and then another person, and you're playing 2v2, so me and a friend versus two random people online, and that, or another two of our friends, and we've all got 4 switches together, then, and we're versing the other 2 people, then surely that's unfair, because technically we've got 3 people, or we've got 2 main people and an assist character, whilst you've only got 2 characters. Surely that's imbalanced, but I don't know. Where the roster lacks being only 10 characters, there is way more depth in the sense that you can change up the arms, both the right and left arm. And that, I'll be honest, it doesn't look like there's a lot of game modes, and a lot of them, the best way to describe how I felt leaving the ARMS Direct for me is ARMS comes across like Super Smash Brothers meets Mario Party mixed together, because it's like, it wants to be a fighter, and it wants to be sort of competitive, but it also wants fun. But it doesn't know where it should be in this Richter scale. It's like, here's the fun, uber, cool, fun, sort of light-hearted stuff like Splatoon or Mario Kart, but here's all the competitive stuff like Smash Bros. and then some sides and aspects of Splatoon, I guess, and that. And the thing is, with Splatoon, I like Splatoon because I know there is Gears of War and that out there, and Halo, and Gears of War and Doom and that. And Doom, I love the new 2016 Doom. Love playing that, or when I last started playing that over the holiday, Easter holiday. Loved that. But yeah, there's games like that, third person and first person shooters like that, but then there's Splatoon on the other side of the spectrum, which is, although it's still a third person shooter like Gears of War, it's different, it's fresh, it's it's colourful, it's everything that Gears of War isn't, but by the same token, Gears of War is everything that Splatoon isn't. And I think Splatoon has more character with its quirky character designs, and the Inklings have a lot of personality, even though there's not... Well, there is depth there, but even on the surface, let me just get this. On the surface, this is just like a squid. Like a squid, character. I made this, myself, but there's like a squid, but then they turn into a humanoid like creature, and that's an inkling, and there's just personality there, even though you don't know what those are and why they're there, and in the context of the game, although you've discovered that via finding the scrolls, but hidden away in levels in the game. But the thing is, I feel like they have more personality and characterization there, but whereas with ARMS, there's one character sort of trait, and then they're sort of phoning that in as, oh look, there's that one character who was an experiment of all these, like, yeah, of people trying to find out why people have these elongated arms. Oh look, that's Helix. Ta-da, that's what Helix is. It's like, okay, but what else? Does he like eating Doritos? I don't know. I don't frickin' know who Helix is. You know, just because you've said he's an experiment, okay, what else? Is there anything else to him? You know, and as I say, there seems to be an emphasis even on sort of this almost party-like aspect to it. One thing I will say that I do like about ARMS, or two things that I'm definitely liking about ARMS, is that one, it does seem to be following the trend of Splatoon 1 and 2, hopefully 2 will follow 1 and ARMS as well, which is that it's getting free updates and free DLC, thank goodness, later down the line, and that with new characters, new battles, new arenas, new ARMS sets and that and types, all that's coming up later down the line, which ensures ideally that players stick around and that there is some sort of fan base, or if there is some sort of fan base at launch, that they stick around. And then secondly, what I do like is that this will really, in my eyes, be the first substantially sort of online game from Nintendo on the Switch besides Mario Kart, really, and that is good because it'll hopefully give more people an incentive and a reason, and it'll justify on Nintendo's part why we should be paying for a service and servers on Nintendo's newest hardware, i.e. the Switch, because, you know, it's all well and good saying, oh, you need to pay for our internet service and our, you know, a Nintendo account type thing, but if you don't give us software that utilizes your internet and or your, connecting with friends and doing all this, like what, you know, happens all the time with Microsoft and Sony, and PC, of course. Well, PC you don't even have to charge, but that's a whole nother story. I don't know why that is, but I have a vague idea of why that is. But the thing is, with Nintendo, it's like, you know, it's all well and good, again, saying, yeah, you need to pay for our online service and our games and, you know, playing them online and doing all this, but then, you know, if then you're going to just have the poor games that didn't really have any online aspects like on the Wii or Wii U, then besides a few here and there, then obviously there's no point in anyone paying for that service or that service even being a thing if none of your software accesses and or uses that service that you're providing, which again, ARMS and Splatoon 2 will be using this service, i.e. the internet, which, thanks for finally Nintendo getting into 2017 and the 21st century, because I think that'll be good. And I don't know, I thought there'd be more depth and a bit more stuff to do in ARMS, but it seems like besides, it has a single player, but a single player that very rarely even, or they barely even touched on that, and it looks like, I imagine it would be boring to play that game on your own. And then competitively, it looks like you'd be probably pitted against really tough, really sort of people who would, just totally own you in a ranked thing, and it'd just get boring. And then the alternative of, sort of party modes, which, I don't know, I'm on the fence about. Those could be fun, but it depends on the setting and it depends who you're playing against. If you've got friends who also have a Switch and that, then you can, 1v1 each other maybe, or if you've got a bunch of friends, then you could do 2v2s and that, or do there's like a volleyball type game. I mean, again, all I can say is that I'm in the middle. There is some good stuff. I mean, there's some good stuff even, and there's some not so good stuff, and there's some bad stuff, but overall I'm just in the middle, I can see it going either way. I can see it either being a complete and utter failure on Nintendo's part and no one buys it, or it could be the next Splatoon, but I personally don't see it being the next Splatoon. I think it'll do well, but I don't think it'll do as well as Splatoon. But that's just my opinion. So thanks for watching, comment, rate and subscribe.